Pirate Radio. KHBLLP. Hannibal.
And wanted to back after this game and talk one more time. And we have a couple of people here with us today, my teammates. We have James, Austin, Cade, and Wyatt. And I was going to start off today with talking about some of our favorite memories of the year.
Well, before we go to the favorite memories, before we jump right into that swimming pool there into the deep end, Nicholas, what about, one of the biggest things first off, I would like to say congratulations to everybody here. And I think we've got a few people possibly still going to show up here this evening. But a huge congratulations to the Hannibal Pirate football team, 2025, for coming in, runner-up second place there at the Show Me Bowl over at St. Joseph, Missouri, at Missouri Western's football field. What a beautiful environment over there. The Hannibal faithful came in probably about 1,500 strong, almost filled up the entire visitor stands. What did that make you guys feel like seeing all those Hannibal people there? It was like darn near felt like a home game. Cade, you go with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was great. Just the whole community is supporting you, seeing them out there, getting hyped up, and it's just great to play in that environment.
I mean, I always dreamed of playing in that environment. I was fortunate enough to win 3 state basketball championships, sophomore, junior, senior. But that football was that was what I yearned for. That football environment, that gridiron. That, once you get through that first hit, you're ready to go. Is that something you kind of feel too, Cade?
Yeah, like the nerves are big, like before the game, but then after you get started, you're just excited to play, and it's super fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys showed out against a Kearney team that probably was a little overconfident, and they definitely probably didn't think what you guys could bring to the table, but you guys brought it. There were some adjustments defensively, but we made some adjustments offensively too, I think. But for the most part, for Hannibal to stop that power offense that they've got, that was some pretty big playing by both sides of the ball. Wyatt, you've had a phenomenal year. This is Wyatt's junior year, and thank you. I had a piece of pizza just thrown down in front of me here, but Wyatt Dorsey was the quarterback at the helm of this Hannibal Pirate football team this year, and Wyatt talked to us about some of what you expected of yourself from the first of this season, and then I'll kind of go to another thing as far as like, what do you give yourself as far as a grade for how everything finished up, where you got this football team to?
Really coming into the year, I was hoping to really be a dual threat and provide big plays for the offense and really just be able to manage the offense and get drives together and just really be a complete offense and control the game on the offense side of the ball.
Oh, I would think that you did that 100%. I mean, it was every single game that felt like you were locked and loaded and ready to do whatever was needed to be done, whether it was run that ball and hit those gaps or hit those guys in the flats or deeps or hitting one of your 2 probably all-state tight ends that you got. It was done. It was done. So, how would you kind of like give yourself a grade for the end of the year? And I'll be the judge of what you get for your grade, because usually the guy always ends up giving himself a lower report card than what he really is.
Yeah, I'd probably go with like a B. I mean, there was some stuff I did well all season, but there's definitely a lot to improve on and work on heading into the off season and getting ready for next year.
Well, I think as a junior, though, you guys are looking for that off season. You're already, I don't know if you guys have, Kate, if you guys started the weight room sessions and stuff yet, or is that still is that after Christmas? After Christmas, Kate says, and I know his dad kind of runs that with Coach Gershwinder, but you guys will. I know you're going to be turning up the heat, getting ready for next year. But all right, so Wyatt, your grade that I gave it an F for what you gave the grade. It was definitely an A. I mean, you came out and led these teams. You got the respect of so many people besides your teammates. You done so much for this team, and guys got behind you and they trust you. And I'd say you didn't fall anything short than an A from all of us, from the guys in the booth that we watched, and from the guys in the stands cheering you on. You did a phenomenal job, and I can't say anything better to you, because you took the team to state championship, man. There's nothing else you could do as the leader of that team. And you balled out the entire game as hard as you could. And guys, not only did Wyeth ball out offensively, but Wyeth also played the entire game on defense too. You didn't see Kearney's quarterback playing defense out there. You saw Wyeth Dorsey playing defense and offense, both sides of the ball. I'm sorry, that is an A on the report card every single day. Way to go, Wyeth Dorsey. I hope you get all the accolades that you deserve from All-State, everything else that goes along with that. Great job. Congratulations on one hell of a year. James, I think you got a headset on here right now. I saw you kind of talk a little bit about post-game in there. You talked a little bit about some adjustments. You did that. You did some adjustments. You made a statement. It was like fighting for the last half hour. And I'm not going to get it too emotional into it because it was a pretty good statement. But you were fighting for your life.
Yeah.
And, that in itself said what it means to you. And we know what it means to everybody here sitting at this table. And I know guys are still coming in here. I see Darian Washington's mother coming in here, Alexis, and she's sitting here. There's so many guys want to come in and to thank the crowd, thank the fans and the supporters for following them and supporting them for all season, and really not even just this season, but all through your high school career, junior high. We've been there doing all this stuff with you guys, buying the mouthpieces and the stuff. But talk a little bit about what Hannibal Pirates has meant to you from like junior high. Let's talk about some of your best memories there from high school and then even this year too.
I mean, I've always been looking forward to being part of this team. I mean, since my brother played for this team.
Christopher.
Yeah, my brother Christopher Wetton, and he was playing, and I got to go and flip tires with Eric Gottman, Colton Gottman, and one of our coach's dad in the background behind when they had their older teams and practices and everything, and it was just it was the dream, and it was wonderful that we made it this far. And the only thing that could have been better was getting that winning, but I mean, so many people were not playing, and I was kind of doing math and everything and talking to Kaysen about it. If my math was correct, which probably it wasn't, but it was pretty close, probably. Out of the kids who were playing this year, probably only 5 or less than 5% were playing in a state championship.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful to be part of that number. And I'm just grateful I was able to share with all these guys. They're a wonderful group of guys.
What was it like? I hadn't seen this done before. I guess I did see it in the 21 team, but I forgot about it. You guys got called out individually by number, kind of the chronological order, to start the football game for the recognition. What was that like?
I liked it, but I kind of left all of the team together. I mean,
that Hannibal, when the band starts playing and the Hells Bells is going, you guys take the field with the flags.
Yeah.
That still takes precedence over that. Huh?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's pretty big, guys. You're still talking about an emotional experience about, going to the state Show Me Bowl, but still the support and the memories of coming out on the Hannibal Pirate football field here at Porter Stadium trumps that, because of just the excitement and the crowd fan base behind that. What do you guys feel about that? Is that something you kind of like would agree to that too? You think so? Cade's kind of nodding his head yes. Wyeth, you're going to speak up here?
Yeah, there's definitely some great memories, and just getting to play in front of the home crowd, and that really elevates the level of play, and I just feel like it plays a big factor into our momentum and our level of confidence.
Right.
Getting to run out, we know we're on our home field, we practice there all the time, and just really knowing the crowd's behind us is really helpful.
Well, that home crowd excitement, that it is something about the home crowd, and especially Hannibal Porter Stadium. It's got the electricity to it. I think it has a little bit something else to it, because I know so many times Mark and I and Joel and Terry, we have problems with the remote microphone working really good there at Porter Stadium, but it is electric. the fan crowd. There was time this year the people started stomping on the bleachers, and I think it was during the Odessa game. I think is what game it was there. And boy, I got scared as hell thinking those stands were going to come down because I was up in the booth at that time. That booth in that press box, it is a long way to the ground. I can tell you that. But I think that electricity behind the home stand, and I kind of agree with you, James. Hearing Hell's bells at Porter Stadium, it's getting ready to get on out there. You know what's going to happen. The football guys are going to come out. They're going to take the field. There's a little debate back and forth who's going to talk next year. I'm going to say it's going to be Darian Washington because there's some electricity here with Darian right now too. So, Darian, can you hear me? Just my normal voice here. You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So get a little bit closer to the mic. So we do have a trivia question that'll probably be poised here in a few years: is who scored the first touchdown for Hannibal Pirates? There could be a debate with the guy across the table from you. So in the 3 times there, the first one to score, I think, was actually Cade, but then he got called back. But then the first touchdown that didn't get called back was Darian Washington. But that touchdown was insane. We were down 14-0 against Kearney, second quarter. You get the kickoff. What do you see there? By the way, everybody, Darian Washington had 85-yard touchdown on the kickoff return here that totally changed the dynamics of the football game for Hannibal against Kearney. And Darian, I want to hear firsthand from you because I've watched it only about 210 times on Instagram and wherever else out there. And it was just wicked, especially the last 10 yards of how you maintain balance and push guys off to get you clear to get touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, when I got the ball, I seen a hole and I had some good blocks, and then it was just me one-on-one with that number 7, and I just kind of made a move, stiff-armed him, and then going up the sideline. It just all goes back to all the work that I put in and seeing the vision, knowing like I had to slow down so Ben can, try to get onto this guy some more, then speed him back up, seeing that Ben wasn't going to be able to get onto him as I wanted him to, and then after that I was just kind of balanced and then ran into the end zone.
Well, I mean, that one guy looked like he tried to shove you out of bounds, that last guy, because you stiff-armed the one guy, and then another guy tried to push you out of bounds. And how you maintain balance to go that last, 8 yards was completely captivating how you did that. And I think I was actually on the other end by where you caught the ball, and because I couldn't go through where you guys were sitting, I had to kind of go around and get over there. So I stayed there with Chris Stewart, and we both watched. And I think the words that Chris Stewart had out of his mouth, I can't say on radio, but it was very electric. There was some words. I think there was some that started with maybe the letter that comes after or before G. But nonetheless, I mean, what you did, it was amazing to watch you do that play. And then a little bit kind of the funky thing right after that, when we tried the extra point, it was blocked. Isn't that play dead after the kick gets blocked?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was no flag thrown on it because did you recover? Who recovered that ball? Ben Worthington recovered the ball there, but then Kearney proceeded to literally pick him up and throw him down on the ground 5 yards back, and there was no flag. I don't understand that. I felt like there were some flags that should have been thrown that didn't, but we'll always have that opinion out there. But Austin, what position do you play there on the field there?
I put a linebacker and offensive line.
Linebacker and offensive line. What is being with these guys here this year and making this trip this far to what they've done this year? I mean, what do you get to take away from that?
I think it's just great to be around such good people. Everyone brings up the excitement for every season. Every game is just built up to be such a great game.
Right.
And these seniors, they're really big leaders. They show everyone what they need to do. And being injured the beginning of this year,
right,
it sucks, but I still got to be a part of this team and help them in every way I could.
Right. Yeah, we kind of talked to some injuries. We had Ben Worthington had missed a couple games from something happened during warm-ups or something during the Helias game, and he missed a game or two. And then he had turf toe and missed a game or two with that because that is just a very painful day. Anytime you try to push off with your feet. But, those injuries were no fun, especially senior year. I know what it's like. I ended up breaking my leg my senior year, my fibula, like Benny. And that was, definitely a downfall. I hated that more than anything in the world, especially having a knee injury my junior year. But, We've got, let's see, Austin, what year are you? Senior, junior?
Junior.
Junior. So you're coming back. We've got 4 of the guys at the table currently right now that are going to be coming back next year. We got James Wetton and Nicholas Thomas that are going to be heading on, doing things with their life. I think James is talking about maybe getting down there to Mizzou early and trying to do some walk-ons, see what situation is going to happen there. And good luck to you, James. I hope that works out for you. Nicholas, we got to go over this weekend for Eastern Illinois, and then I think you got to report there in June sometime. But it doesn't matter. You guys are always once a Pirate, always a Pirate, right? I'm sure you guys are going to make it back for the Hannibal Pirate games at home. But, next year, you 4 are back here at the table. You guys are going to be ready to go. We're going to be lifting weights with Hopkins and Geschwinder in the off season here, getting ready. Let's see, Darian, what are we doing? Are we doing any kind of sports right now? Or are we getting ready for something? I think I'm Mike there.
I think I'm going to just get ready for football next season. Just build muscle and then put on some weight, track.
You're going to do track this year coming up? What events are you looking at in track?
I don't really want to run into meets too much, but definitely long jump.
Long jump?
Yeah.
Okay. Long jump, and then we had another long jumper. Is Landon? Is Landon long jump too?
Yeah.
Long jump. If I do the triple jump, that's too confusing for me. Yeah, and long jump is way too confusing to me to try to get those steps down right. Wyeth, are you going to be doing track or anything this year too?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing track. Mainly the 400 and 4x4.
4x4. Who are your guys on the 4x4 you usually do this with?
It'll be me, Dallas Baker, Landon maybe, Jonas Thompson.
Cade, you were part of some relay last year, weren't you? Was that the 4x1? 4x100, 4x2. I think that's probably why Cade is so blazing fast out there. But Cade's got the microphone now. So what was it again, Cade, that you did last year?
I was on the 4x1 and 4x2. I was in the open 100 too.
In the open 1 also. And did you? How far did you go with it? Did you make state with it?
The 100 I got 5th at sectionals, I think. So I missed going to state by 1 place, and then our 4x2 got 8th at state, and 4x1 we dropped the baton at state. So we ended up making finals.
Oh, that's painful. I know that baton transfer there is a very integral part of that relays, and it's such a timing deal with you and your guys. It's definitely a trust deal going through, because like isn't there like a certain amount of section that you get to hand that off, and then it's kind of like a fault or whatever it is. Yeah, that was never one of my deals. I was always a shot put and probably a high jumper back when I did do track, which that was junior high. But got in high school and it was other things, football and golf. Oh, basketball too. But so, excuse me, folks. Like I said, we got 4 guys here that are going to be playing here next year. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a little bit of break. I'm going to send it back to Danny in the studio here for about 2 minutes. Let everybody kind of catch up on pizza there, and then kind of figure out how they want to address what I want everybody to come up with is kind of like favorite thing that you've had, whether it's this year or like in your football career here as a Hannibal Pirate. Think about that, and then what you guys would like to say if you could sit in front of everybody those stands, kind of held the other night, like 1,500 people, what would you say to them, and how would you thank them for kind of supporting them? But I'm going to send it back to Danny right now. We'll be back here in 2 minutes. This is Joe Thomas from KHBL 96.9 FM. Arr.
At Blessing Health, our pediatrics team is with you and your family in the moments that matter most. From first steps to growing up healthy and strong, supporting their passions as their biggest cheerleader, and guiding them towards their dreams. Blessing Health, with you every step of the way. Visit us at blessinghealth.org to learn more and schedule an appointment today.
Crescent Jewelry has always been the Hannibal Pirates' #1 fan. They know and appreciate the efforts and determination these young men must have to enjoy a successful season. Crescent Jewelry has used the same principles to run their business. Your local hometown jeweler for all your jewelry needs is Crescent Jewelers. They offer quality jewelry. Like the Pirates, they try hard to go that extra yard. Crescent Jewelry, 207 Broadway in downtown Hannibal since 1842.
Are you concerned about the economy, interest rates, or current market conditions? For timely information based on sophisticated research, Raymond James Financial Advisor Steve Virel, located in Hannibal, can be contacted at 221-4500. He can discuss your specific needs and help to provide you with investment choices that make sense for you. To make an appointment with Steve Virel, his office can be reached at 221-4500. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Life well planned. Go Pirates!
The employees and directors of F&M Bank and Trust Company thank you for rooting on the Hannibal Pirates on KHBL Radio. Since 1870, F&M Bank has been cheering on Hannibal. As the Pirates settle into their new home, F&M is happy to be a part of this new era of Hannibal Pirate football. Together, F&M Bank, along with our customers, have been and will continue to be a part of progress in our community. F&M Bank and Trust Company, Hannibal's biggest fan. Go Pirates!
Wondering at what age you can retire? Let Benson Financial Group help you answer this question. Trade the best job you ever had for the only job you ever wished for. Our advisors are experienced in developing financial planning strategies for retirement and income distribution. We will build your retirement plan to replace that paycheck. There will be a smart place to get your money when you need it. It'll be an honor to advise you as you plan for your future. Benson Financial Group. Built on trust, dedicated to service.
Ready, go! Pirate Radio, KHBLLP, Hannibal.
Welcome back, Hannibal Pirate fans. This is Joe Thomas down here at Frozen Mississippi. He's here at 108 South Main Street. And Marcus Allen's awesome joint down here. Debbie, you have taken care of all of these young men. And Mark Dowell, Joel Booth, Terry Sampson, and I down here for all these Tuesday evenings. It brings a tear to my eye to say this is going to be the last one for the season. But we're looking forward. We got something to look forward to next year. But I would like to go over some of our sponsors here. I asked Danny for that earlier this year. I know that we don't really get to say that on air so much, but I'd like to thank Frozen Sippies, F&M Bank, Blessing Health, Marion County Clock Company, Allsec Family Insurance, Raymond James, Steve Virel, Crescent Jewelry, Carl Harkin Holiday, Edward Jones, Brad Kurz, and Jordan Foey, Hannibal Realty, Benson Financial Group, and Smith Funeral Home and Chapel. Now, guys, we kind of talked a little bit before we took off break there, kind of like what you guys had planned for the next year, how you kind of saw this, and how what you want to get out of next year, what you kind of see, and then a little bit about what your favorite thing was. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this over here to James Wett, and he'll be the first guy to kind of talk here, and we'll kind of go around table or however they kind of pass the microphone to. But James, the floor is all yours, young man.
I think what we're talking about is what our favorite kind of memory was and just kind of how the season was. Well, I would probably say my favorite part was coming into the locker room after beating Troy and really having that kind of push off from Troy throughout all 4 years, that we were actually finally able to kind of give it to them and beat them up pretty good. And that was just pretty memorable because that kind of gave us our first kind of boost of momentum coming in for the season. Like, we're something different.
Right.
Yeah, and it was just really spectacular being with everybody. Seeing Wyeth be such a great quarterback, and I mean, there was so much pressure on him. He was kind of baptized by fire at Goliath, throwing.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
But and then all the linemen, they've had some rough times and everything. But they pushed through. They did some good. They did really good. Nick's just been giving me crap, so I had to say that. But yeah, I really just appreciate everybody and love everybody real well.
I love it, and I think you're right with that. That first game of Goliath, it was kind of trial by fire for a lot of us. Coming out there, everybody's very calm, and it seemed like everybody's very, I don't know whether it was just Goliath or the heat or whatever it was. It was just very kind of a melancholy type feel coming out on the field. Not something we usually do, but, as a guy that had his first helm coming in there, but, everybody was a little bit off the first half. The second half, it was a different football team, for sure. And then, everything changed for this year. And you're right, James. At that Troy game, that was the punch in the mouth that we needed for everybody to need to say, we got this. We got this. Who wants the next? Oh, Wyatt. Wyatt's got the microphone.
I mean, this year was really just fun and exciting, and I felt like I really grew closer to everyone on the team, and we really just became family. And, I mean, probably the best memory was just all the celebrations after the games in the locker rooms, just messing around, hanging out. And the team meals were also great. I mean, all the moms really helped us with the food, and the food was always good, and we would always have a good time with that.
Right. That was Thursday night there, kind of after a short kind of a walkthrough practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, looking forward in the next year, really hoping to just build on this year and just continue to elevate our level of play. Definitely going to go to work in the off season and try to make it back to the Show Me Bowl, hopefully with a different outcome. And I mean, we're going to have a young new offensive line. We're going to really try to build chemistry with them and get the whole team like up and ready for next year, and really build chemistry and be all together for next year.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. Cade Hoskins. I still don't know what to call you. I don't want to call you Baby T-Rex. I don't know if I call you Velociraptor. I don't know what I got to call Cade, but he's going to get a name. I'm just going to hit me some point in time. I mean, I've watched him win player of the game a couple times, and, it's going to happen. So, Cade Hoskins has the mic now.
Yeah, I would just say I'm super proud of our team for how good we played this year. And then my favorite memory would have to be kind of what Wyatt said, just celebrating in the locker room after all our wins, especially after Odessa. We won districts, and then we were celebrating in the locker room. That just really showed who we are as a team, taking care of business and getting the win, and then celebrating after and having fun. And then for next year, I would say I'm looking forward to a challenge. We have a tougher schedule next year. There's a lot of new guys playing, and I'm just looking forward to the challenge and putting in the work this off season so we can play good next year.
Talk about a couple of the different teams that you may play next year.
Next year, we still have Elias, Troy, and we'll be playing Eureka, Festus, St. Dominic, Jackson.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we are.
Oh my gosh.
We have a good schedule next year.
This isn't a good schedule. This is like the NFL playoff top team schedule. I mean, this is difficult. I mean, Jackson was in they were in the quarterfinal of the state 6A, correct?
Semis. Yeah.
Semis. Oh, they were in the semis. Yeah. So these are legit big. We've had 3 Class 6 teams this year, and we got more of them next year, guys. So I mean, this Hannibal Pirate football team nobody's going to be able to say that crap. Pardon me. About Hannibal not playing a tough schedule. This schedule next year is going to be the toughest in Hannibal's history, hands down, bar none, end of discussion. And for Cade to say, like, we want to come out of this, we want to be ready, because you got to play some of the top teams in the state. I mean, you're going to play Festus. They lost to Kearney. So that's going to be a pretty good game pretty soon. Who was the other? Not Herculaneum, but
St. Dominic.
St. Dominic.
Eureka.
Eureka is a big school. And so in Festus, I mean, we may have 4 or 5 Class 6 teams that we're playing there.
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, it's going to be a tough schedule. But, I mean, that's a pretty big deal there. So, Darian, kind of talk a little bit about some of your favorite memories with these guys, and then what you want to.
Is it okay if I go off topic for just a second?
You absolutely can.
I just want to go back to that, scoring the first touchdown ever in state history. And I just want to say that anytime that somebody asks me about it or how it feels, I'm always give credit to Cade, because he deserves it. He put in the work and he really had it. So I just want to throw that out there and give him his props for that, because he really did deserve it.
We all know that he deserved it too, and that was one hell of a play. I think it was a 76-yard run, Cade. I mean, it was 61-yard touchdown run that he just left him in the dust. And unfortunately, there was a missed call of a holding there, I think is what the call was. Was it holding?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of head nodding of side to side on the other end of how terrible it was, and a couple thumbs down. And nobody really saw it except for some mystical ref out on the field. But nonetheless, you both did. That was a big thing for Hannibal, going back to your point, off color here, off subject, is that the last 2 times we went there, we didn't score. I mean, we had 3 scores. We had Cade, we had you, and we had Cade's big brother, T-Rex. He scored in there. I never thought I'd see him score as a quarterback in there, but he did. Mm-hmm. We had to pull some different tricks, if you would, out in that second half of the ball game, that we had to do something to kind of shake him up a little bit. So, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to throw Cade in there because he deserves it.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure. And I mean, I wouldn't really say I have a favorite memory. It was so many emotions, up and down, high and lows. But it was overall just a fun season. You know, so much to enjoy and embrace, and it was honestly amazing. You know, like Wives said, we really built a brothership and a family. You know, it wasn't just like we were just teammates. It was more than that, and you could tell every night we went out there, we were going to fight for each other.
Right.
So it was something special overall. And then looking forward, you know, I'm always having some of these linemen that are up next, you know, just coming to me, telling me how they're ready for the next season. They're ready to block for Cade and me and Wyatt and all of us back there, and how they're already in the gym. So that just shows that it means something to them, you know. And I know that we're going to all be working. So, you know, having a whole team that's on the same page, it's always something special and something to look forward to.
Well, I tell you what, with that response there, I mean, I think you know, Darian Washington is number 23 on the program there, but it says he's number 1 in everybody's hearts there. Just, I mean, everybody knows that how you guys kind of play as a team, but you know, you guys do not have a kind of a cockiness. You guys, you're confident out there, and you believe in one another. You trust in one another, like you trust your linemen here, Nicholas and Austin. Make these guys you get these blocks done for you guys to do your job. They do their job. What is that called, Nicholas? What do you guys like to call that? Assignment football, you know. And I think it's so true. I mean, that catchphrase came along this year. I think Alex A-Rod Arthod and Patrick, the nucleus of the offensive line as the center, they kind of came up with that little catchphrase as assignment football. I don't know if that was them or if that was what the coaches said during practice. But it's big, you know. You guys have to trust them to get their job done. If you got to get that, you got to hit that hole as fast as you can. Well, they got to create that for you. You got to believe they're going to do it. So, you know, Kate, have you said anything yet here for next year? Did you already say something for next year? Oh, you did? Austin, you go ahead and take it here, buddy. Kind of what was your favorite memory here so far of playing with these guys? I got my buddy Mark Dow texting me in here. Funny deal. I'm not talking about this on the air, but anyway, go ahead, Austin.
My favorite memory was seeing my teammates get the conference championship back. I mean, last year it was very awful to watch that happen.
Yeah, oh man, wasn't it? Gosh, wasn't it awesome to have Kirksville take that, but then to punish Kirksville severely this year, and then the rest of you know. And I think that's what Hannibal did such a good job of, is we knew that it was our last year in this conference, and maybe there was a little bit extra, maybe butt kicking for that, because this was it. We're not going to see Fulton. We're not going to see, you know, I don't know if we're going to see Moberly. We'll see Mexico. We'll see Mexico again, but, you know, we wanted to give these guys an extra good butt kicking, like Kirksville. You know, we're going to see them again. But, you know, it's good to go ahead and get those punches thrown in there, especially, you know, Nicholas James senior year, but you guys coming into next year too, because, you know, it was I think Mark had said it. I think this was, how many times did we win conference out of like the 60 some odd years? We won like 59, 55. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous how dominant Hannibal Pirate football is. But, you know, Austin, I think you're right. To get that conference championship back was big. Anything else? Any other favorite memory of yours?
I mean, I just think watching my teammates win a game is just my favorite part about it. Like, seeing them work so hard all week and all year long just to win that game that they've been trying to win. It's a great feeling to see them so happy.
No, you're absolutely right. To see that joy there, and you hate it because you have that injury. You can't get out there too, but you cannot help because you're in that brotherhood with them. You know, it's kind of Kenny Chesney's The Boys of Fall. You know, not everybody gets in that fraternity. You know, not everybody gets in that club wearing the game day jerseys down that hall on Fridays. You know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to do it. You put in that time, you put in that effort. You're a part of that team, hands down. I mean, you should get to feel that excitement too. Nicholas, what was some of your favorite things this year or your career, and you know, this year? How do you feel? You know, when you look up at the stands, 3 hours and plus a few minutes away from home, and to see 1,500 people cheering for you that are your hometowners.
It's so great. We're seeing all those people out there support Hannibal football. I mean, through almost 4 years of high school, there's always been a good crowd, but I mean, you never experience anything like the state championship game.
I sure don't. I mean, I've got to experience 2 of them calling from the sideline, which was fun enough for this old dude now, and I think for my old buddy Mark Dow, you know, and that was so much fun. But to be in the game, to get to watch you do some of the things and kind of destroy one of the. If Joel was here next to me, he'd say you were beaver hunting, you know, and you know, destroying one of the 2 Beaver brothers. Was a cool thing for a parent. If I can't play in a football game, I sure in the hell want to see one of my kids playing a game, whether it's a basketball championship or a state golf championship or a high school show me bowl championship. And so, you know, to watch you out there and you know, any other funny things you guys had happen, you know, while you were at the state tournament or anything like that? Are you going to keep that one calm and quiet and not make anybody get in trouble?
Oh, no. Me, James, and Pat went around the stadium. We went up to the press box. We went into the suites. And we went on the roof. Yeah.
Oh, you were on the roof over there at the field?
Yeah. We went up on the roof.
We found the right door.
Yeah. We opened some doors trying to find our way in. Yeah, that just
took a little walk.
It took a little walk around.
You guys took a little walk around the stadium, and you 3 found the key to the heavens and got up on top of the press box. Did you go up on top of it, or you just kind of peek your head and be like, I'm out?
We got videos of it.
I got a video on my phone right here.
Well,
but you know, I'm not too fond of heights, so.
Well, I mean,
even how tall you are.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh my goodness sakes, Mark Dow. I'll have to get this to you, Mark, to see this, because I mean, our press box up there where we were at was absolutely gorgeous, and the Griffins have a beautiful field, and they did such a great job of hosting us and where they put everybody at, and I got to meet the guys from CMG and talk to them all game and had selfie pictures with them beforehand. But as far as, you know, like what it meant for, you know, the parents, you know, I know it was probably doubly hard for you, Cade, because I know your dad's the coach, and then he's got 2 sons playing in the state championship game. I know that was emotional for him. I saw it after the game there. I was a wreck. Joel asked a couple questions, and Joel just had to say, I think Joe's got allergies. He's got bugs in his eyes or something like that. I know my wife was emotional over there, and Steve, and everybody was. But I mean, I know it was hard for your dad, but at the same time, a sense of pride, a big sense of pride. I know Lance, Wyatt's dad, Dr. Dorsey. I know your mother was extremely proud of you. I know, James, your mom and dad. I already talked to your mom and dad about how proud they were of you guys. Austin, everybody's so proud of you guys, from the fans to the parents and siblings. I know the younger siblings are going to look up at you and think you're, you know, on that pedestal for what you've done and for how you've conducted yourself all through the season, and then going over there and how you guys played this football game. You guys have any closing thoughts? This is our last KHBO Pirate Radio conversation of the year until next year. Anybody have any closing thoughts? James.
Well, it was really fun playing assignment football.
I agree. Nicholas.
I would say it was really fun playing assignment football, playing with some of my brothers out in the field.
Yeah, Austin. His closing thoughts here leading up for the 2026 season.
I'm excited to see how we prevail next year with all this pressure and doubt that we have coming into this. I think that we're really going to show that we are still going to be there. We're still going to be Hannibal Pirate football, even though we're going to have a lot of doubt.
Hey.
I'll just say I'm like super proud of our team and our community, you know, making it that far, and then our community supporting us. It was awesome. I'm just grateful to experience it, and I'm excited to try to do it all again next year.
Excellent. Wyatt?
I was just really proud of the team with all the adversity we faced all season, to be able to battle through that and get to where we wanted to go. That was just really something special. And just going in the next year, just really trying to have another season like this year and just really try to get back to the big game.
Awesome. And Darian Washington?
I mean, it was a fun time. You know, I enjoyed the seniors and learned a lot and built, you know, a brothership with a lot of them. So it was fun, and overall the season was fun. And going in next year, I'm just excited and ready. You know, go Pirates, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, and I think that's the most exciting thing. You know, I've got my brotherhood of guys from KHBL, from Danny and to Mark and Joel and Alex and Alex Dow, Alex Myers and Alex Dow and Mark Dow and Terry Sampson. You know, is when that August comes around and we start texting one another. It's Pirate football time. It's Friday night time, and I hope that we're able to come down here again and have this little camaraderie of brotherhood on Tuesday nights again, because it's been such a blast for us here this whole year. I've missed 2 of them, once for traveling, once by watching the son play in the golf tournament in St. Louis. But nonetheless, guys, from the bottom of my heart, and I know I can speak for Mark and Joel and Terry and everybody else, thank you for taking us along on this ride, because this was one hell of a ride this year. And you should not have your head hanging for one iota, one bit at all. You guys fought hard to the end and lost to a team that nobody could have came close to what you guys did. You guys were phenomenal all season year. Keep your heads high, and I hope you guys get all the accolades you guys deserve. And, yeah, I know these guys are going to go up and they're going to cheer on the Hannibal Pirate men's basketball team this evening. I think are the girls and boys playing tonight? Yeah, they're all shaking their heads, so they're going to go up. I think it's ugly sweater night. Nicholas actually has cut up some ugly old pajamas. I don't even know what to say with it, but it's definitely ugly, folks. But nonetheless, they're going to go up and cheer on the Hannibal boys basketball team. If you can, get out and cheer them on too here this year. But for Joe Thomas, Mark Dow, Joel Booth, Terry Sampson, Alex Myers, and Alex Dow, thank you, everybody, for listening in and having a great time with us, going along this great ride this year with the Hannibal Pirate football team. Coach Jeff Gershwender, thank you so much for including in us in all these conversations here this year. Coach Hoskins, too. I think even Kaiser Greenwell came down here this year. I think we scared him. He didn't want to be on the air, but we sure scared him. But thank you to the whole Pirate staff for letting us be a part of the team. We feel like we're very close to you guys, and we almost feel like a part of the team. And we thank you. We can't thank you enough, but go Pirates. This is Joe Thomas signing off for our last session here for this week in Pirate football. This is KHBL 96.9 FM. R.
Ready, go! Pirate Radio, KHBL LP, Hannibal.